Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai and today I'm going to be reacting to Hunter x Hunter chapter 414. So last time we had King Nasubi find out that Halkenberg isn't really dead. He's still out there, in the running for the succession. Then we had Benjamin trying to figure out who poisoned him. And, well, he's right that his mom was behind it. But the person who directly applied the TSK-17 into him was not Furikov, who he suspected. And instead, Furikov was actually hoping to help Benjamin by using his Hatsu to amplify the ability of his Nen Beast. And yeah, Furikov is a Beyond child. So there's that. Yeah, what he feared most was not that his target was not that Benjamin could be his target, but that his death by the curse could eradicate Benjamin's guardian spirit beast ability. The only sure way to avoid that was to bounce the curse back. Yeah, right. So this is in order to make Benjamin's ability transcend death. So even if Benjamin can't live, at the very least, his will continue on through post-mortem Nen, and Furikov will assist on that. Yeah. An unbroken imperial line for all eternity. And so that's when Benjamin is like, okay, I will declare special martial law. Yup. Oh, he activated an ability called Secret Window to check on Camila, and well, she's chilling. And he's also focusing on Seri because he wants to make sure that his face is the last one he sees when he kills Seri. So yeah, good luck with that. And then we ended it with a double page spread where all of Benjamin's let's say relevant guards are in at the moment, 15 minutes before martial law is declared. So let's get to 414. Also, apparently there was a big leak going around, but I didn't see it. I didn't see anything about it in regards to what it is. Maybe the only hint I saw was that maybe it was about Leorio. Maybe he'll show up in the chapter. But that's I didn't even see someone that typed out a sentence about it. I just saw leak and then a anime picture of Leorio. So we'll see. So the title is Friends. Okay. And we're in room 1007. Okay. We see a guard sleeping. And then someone watching them very intently. I think it's a guard we've seen before. I mean, the one who's watching the sleeping one. And oh damn, the sleeping guard just got killed by getting his throat slit, it seems. Okay, next page. Oh yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. Really gets my adrenaline going. Okay. He puts a pillow over the head of another guard and kills this one by stabbing them in the forehead, it seems. Hey, martial law, martial law. 5 more minutes, I just can't wait for the order. Wait, he's doing this before it's even declared? We're just doing whatever, I guess. Yeah, I'll kill everyone who resists. I'm a fighter, not a thinker, baby. Clearly, because I see someone's hand right behind him about to grab him, and he seems none the wiser. Oh, okay, we're changing the scene, so we're not gonna know whose hand it was. Okay. Some guards outside one of the rooms. Is noticing the soldiers in another one. Hey, something's going on with the first prince's personal guards. Let's tell our prince. It's, Rice? I'm coming in. Oh, His Highness is sleeping. Talk to me. I'm awake. Can you get me some water? I'm parched. Okay, so it's Lucidus. So he's very close to Benjamin's room, huh? Okay, maybe not super close, but close enough that his guards could be seen. 2 of the first prince's men are in front of room 1009 with machine guns. Oh, okay, never mind. That's not Benjamin's room. They're just his guards outside of room 1009. Something is going on in the dead 9th prince's room. Oh. 9th, huh? Yo, let me check real quick. 9th prince, Kalkin. Halkenberg. Oh, they're killing his guards. And Benjamin already knows that he's alive in another body. Though I'm not sure if he was 100% certain that it was Balsamilkos. I think he was. I mean, there's not a surefire way to know, but like, I think he was, you know, confident. It started. What? A special martial law. Yeah. He's calling Halkenberg's death a terrorist attack. Or he could make it look like Halkenberg was behind the whole thing. Heads up, you all, don't resist. Put your weapons down where they can see them. They'll start shooting as soon as the order goes out. That's... Oh, Benjamin is certainly on a mission. Come here. I stole Benjamin's guy. They won't mess with the Hunter Associate. Just freestyle some excuse. I think he's still sleeping. If people are on the move out there before the order props, they already hit him up on wireless. Hurry. Don't let him out of the break room. If people are on the move out there before the order drops, they've already hit him up on wireless? Not sure what he means on wireless. This is an order to all of y'all. Get rid of every bit of the stash in the bedroom. Throw it all in the pot and burn it now. Rice, come here. I thought we had a deal with the Justice Department. Once martial law hits, the military will control everything. They won't cut us slack. If the ship becomes a military dictatorship, they can throw the book at you for anything. What's the point of... Just do it, Princess orders. Oh. Oh, indeed. Okay, so the scene at the beginning of the chapter was in Lucerus's quarters, huh? Like, why is this guy still here? What happened, you know, before we cut away the last time we saw him? Why did you kill him? Huh? It was self-defense. He attacked first. Put down your weapon and explain what's going on. Depending on the circumstances, judicial review may be necessary. I don't have a problem putting it down. Weird. Who's checking? Whom? Okay, they're both enveloping themselves in aura. Okay, we're changing the scene again. No response. Is anyone inside? Oh, no response. If anyone is inside, it's treason as far as the royal military is concerned. The purge under martial law came sooner than I expected, but that's convenient for me. My ability to kill with my stinger ball while keeping them inside my N isn't cut out for group combat between N users to begin with. Oh, we're just getting a whole breakdown of this guy's ability? Okay. We don't even know his name, I don't think. Or at least I don't remember if we'd already been introduced to him. I'm pretty defenseless inside my N. It's risky enough letting people inside your N. You cannot use Gyo at the same time, so even a pistol will be fatal. Not to mention it's psychologically no easy feat to maintain N while so many ambiguous characters roam about. I mean, if you're a top tier fighter, I think you'd be good. Like Nobunaga. Physical attack, non-attack, psychological pressure, info from the 5 senses. The wider you cast the N, the riskier a clash with someone else becomes. If I run into an ability that automatically attacks someone who's using N or Gyo, or attack team of one guy using N while the other emits Nen bullets, I'm a goner. That Kurapika guy is encouraging more of my rivals to become Nen users. It's becoming impossible to keep using a stinger ball on the queen so repetitiously. My ability would be most effective if a prince could be confined, alone, and under surveillance. Okay. But once the princes are held under martial law, it doesn't even have to be my ability anymore. Meaning my ability is no longer needed in this succession battle. I mean, I thought we were gonna get like a whole breakdown of his ability, but really it's just him saying like why he doesn't like to use N. I'm not even sure how a stinger ball even works, even after all that. I guess it's just, you know, the way that it sounds is just what it is. Maybe. We go in when the order comes out. Roger. That's why they paired me with Chiyamasi. Yu Shohi. Okay, that's his name. Are you ready for this? Of course. Chiyamashi's ability, Muteking, the invisible hero, Lord of the Flies. Okay. Manipulative, semi-coercive, touching a volunteer for a period of time can make him invincible for an equal amount of time. Once that time runs out, Setsu is forced on you for 100-fold for the same amount of time. I see. After the Setsu period, you receive a third of the damage you would have taken due to a rebound of your own aura? That's a lot of limitations. Note, a symbiotic attack from a team of Nen users cannot be blocked? Why not just add another one? But I guess if it really makes you invincible? Yeah, I guess you'd need that many. I've confirmed with N that there's only one person inside, but depending on the total damage that's nullified after the invincibility ends, I am going to die. Oh wow, okay. This guy's putting it all on the line. I noticed while Ace Queen Oito was passed out with Kurapika and I had to change his diaper. Yes. Oh, okay. So she already realized it's not Wobble. Yes. I was confused and upset, but looking at 14th Prince Wobble, I mean, he's not the prince, but when I looked into the baby's face, I don't want to be rude, but none of it seemed to matter. My duty was to take care of the two of you, so I kept doing my job. Yo. She's so good, actually. I really like her. Shimanu? That's MVP. But I'm worried about the real Prince Wobble. I'm sure she's somewhere safe, but what's gonna happen to her? I can't really say. It will depend on the last princess standing. If, as Kurapika says, there's no resolution before we reach land, could the surviving princess all be saved? There are two major problems. First, Beyond's curse. If the requirement to activate it is to officially participate in the succession battle, Prince Wobble won't be included, but in case participation in the seed urn ritual activates it. It's quite possible. It's inconceivable for someone to complete the ritual yet not participate. Furthermore, since the prince was born recently, if they didn't have enough time, and the curse had to be activated once on board somehow. This baby could be cursed? Is that possible? Yes. In fact, I felt something like an influctuation close to the prince shortly after we came to our quarters. I was turned away, and it was just for a moment. Oh, I think I remember this. Very early on the arc. I have no way to find out what it was now. An unidentified assassin's men, or it could belong to the first prince's men. As for the activation's conditions, we can only ask Beyond himself. It's possible I could absorb Beyond's ability with my chain to find out, but it's probably very difficult to fulfill the conditions to activate the curse. If I remain unable to clear the hurdle, I will die. Right, because of forced Emperor time. That's suicide. The most realistic thing to do is to negotiate terms with Beyond. But Kakin will never let him free, and Beyond himself won't want to leave. They have a mutual interest in him staying put until we reach our destination. Yes, it's doubtful that he'd admit the curses he's doing either. Kurapika, I'm sure you're aware, but there is one condition that's a sure thing. Oh, yo, go ahead, Bill. That's the second time in this batch of chapters that he's realized something before Kurapika could. Yo, he's the MVP as well. Go ahead, Bill. But it is a little worrying that, you know, after whatever it is that Bill told him, Kurapika makes that type of expression. Just, you know, his eyes go blank and he has a very much a, like, oh shit type of look. Now we're back to Beyond. Or at least we'll see how long. The Hunter Association giving him a pardon? Okay, never mind. I thought we were changing scene, but we're just seeing him while Kurapika and Bill kept talking. There is one condition. Exactly. Beyond will take the bait. Out of the question. It was Chairman Netero's last order. His order was to bring back a solution to the calamities. It could be a win-win if we played right. No, there's a contract with the B5. We can't involve the entire HA, Hunter Association. First of all, Beyond is willing to sacrifice his own children to realize his ambition. He'd never talk about the curses, the crux of his plans, and if he did talk, it would likely be a trap. That's why we're going to set a trap of our own. Oh, okay. Cook, Bill, cook. Remember that woman's ability? Maybe we could use it somehow. Now the contract ability about lending your aura? Casually putting a clause about abilities or using the penalty for breach of contract. There must be something. I see. Bill, aren't you on Beyond's side? Why are you doing this? Wait, what? Didn't Kurapika ask him this already way back and Bill was like, no, I'm not? Look at Bill. Is he shaking because Kurapika is right? But like, maybe it's just, I could definitely be misremembering. But I remember like the first time. And I think it might have been like Moses, Nan Beast that got into the room. And then it manipulated a guy to kill someone else. And then like Kurapika just, held everyone, all the other guards at gunpoint. I could have sworn that he was like, yo, who is with Beyond? And Bill said no, so I would probably have to revisit that chapter. Kurapika looks confused with Bill's reaction though. Sheesh, I'm glad you're not on Beyond's side. Phew. And Kurapika just gets more confused, more exclamation marks. Now this one is more understandable because like Bill didn't say no or yes, he kind of just deflected. But I guess you could say this is an answer in a way. But like, I still, like, him saying that doesn't automatically mean that he is. Now, let's continue reading. I don't have the commitment or a deep connection to still do what he says. After learning what he's done and what he plans to do. Ah, okay. Wow. Okay, Bill. So I guess it was a thing of like, I guess I did forget that Bill had already said that. And so Kurapika was confused, being like, okay, like, why are you having that reaction? I thought we'd already got it in the open that you were. And Bill is being like, what do you take me for? I'm not on his side anymore. Gotcha. Sure, you are the type to stick to your guns once you commit yourself. A lot of villains are like that. Fantastic. Doesn't make me want to hang out outside of work. Oh, okay. Basically, Bill, what he's saying is like, yo, this is just business, yo. I'm here just for the bag. Well, do you really think I agree with his ideologies? Somehow, I don't think that's a compliment. Yeah, comparing Kurapika to a villain. But I mean, like, heroes do that as well. Stick to your guns once you commit yourself. My goal has shifted completely to protecting the queen and prince, but I am a little ambivalent and I have my own desires as well. Or people get priority. But isn't there a way to just stop the whole succession battle? I think the Hunters Association will get on board with undermining the succession battle. None of the associates want continued bloodshed. The ones who fear it collapsing and losing the protection of the spirit beast are the current king and the diehards who want to be the heir and to his power beyond, and the higher ranking princes. The Hunter Association banding together to block Beyond's curse, weakening the Kakin dynasty, and installing the cleaner princess for new management is a good idea. B5 will go for it under the pretext of saving the princes who are hostages of the curse. Releasing Beyond is fine as long as it's not permanent. Get him later on another charge. Dealing with the curse now is the top priority, right? Yeah, but like... that's on the assumption that Beyond would let himself get arrested again. And I feel like that's a big assumption. I know more about Beyond than you, so hear me out. Okay. He's capable, confident, and a man-child who loves strategy games. He'll take a challenge and won't refuse a game of cat and mouse. That sounds like him. He'll talk about the curse because it's essential to his plan. He wants to talk about it. This annoying confidence is rooted in his elaborate scheme. That's why the Hunter Association should bring a stop to the succession battle. Alright, Oito still here. There's a second problem still. Oh, pardon me. The second problem is that you yourself don't know where Prince Wobble is. I don't know what kind of arrangement you made when you made the swap. But you figure she would be safer if you didn't know, is that correct? Yes. If you have no idea, that means we can't refute the possibility that she's actually aboard the ship. Oh, well, it's not impossible, actually, yeah. That would be crazy, but like, we cannot discard that possibility. But surely that cannot be possible. How do we prove that to the military? The first prince clearly hasn't abandoned that possibility. They'll be investigating on their own. Right? If she doesn't know, then we have no way of knowing if someone killed her sister and took Wobble here. But yeah, now that chance that could be the case is gonna be nagging at Oito. There's been a spate of murders in the lower tier, so they're cracking down. They're probably checking IDs against passenger data. Yes, I've asked Peon to verify all passengers under 2 years of age. Since I haven't heard back, there's officially no hits. I'll have them recheck with a higher age. There could have been false reporting. If we don't find her, she's not on board. So we can prove she's not participating, right? No, the doubt will always remain. Oh no. Hey Kurapika, you don't have to be so blunt. There's no point in sugarcoating it, and it's actually better for us this way. I guess. Huh? Since the baby swap was planned, the military will act according to what is most detrimental to them. In this case, Prince Wobble is still eligible and is somewhere on board the ship. Until that is completely refuted, they'll have to strategize for it. The best we could hope for, complete refutation is first. The king officially declares Prince Wobble ineligible. Our second principle is proven to be not on board. Not being discovered does not count as proof. Okay? With the second option, we'd have to prove that everyone who leaves the ship during the battle loses eligibility. Participation in the ceremony was a condition to be eligible. It'll be difficult to prove that the one who was at the ceremony was your sister's son. And what if the real prince swapped with your nephew and somehow escaped after the ceremony? You can't refute about that. As long as the doubt cannot be removed, the higher-ranking princess will assume that Prince Wobble is on board. Even if she's discovered outside, we'd have to prove that eligible princess will lose eligibility once they leave the ship. That's a lot. So, as long as they don't find her, they won't admit she's not participating and won't hold it against her? Yes, that's right. They won't be convinced until Prince Wobble is found somewhere. Put another way, they have to keep looking until she is found. And they need to make it clear one way or another so they can be the sole survivor. All this means that as long as she's not on board, she's invincible. The higher ranking princess won't be able to find her or determine her eligibility. The gray area will perpetuate, so she will inevitably be lower in priority as a target for elimination. But if she was targeted with Beyond's curse, if she's outside, whereabouts unknown, there's nothing we can do. That's right, there are two paths to a solution. Elucidate Beyond's curse and find out whether Prince Wobble is a target. If she is, we'll have to identify Beyond's child, who is the curse sacrifice, and undo the curse ASAP. That seems like the way to go. The other is to find out where she is. She's invincible within the succession battle, but the opposite is true in the case of the curse. If she is a target, we need to find her ASAP and ask a good exorcist what to do. And how do we do that? You know what, I'll leave it to Kurapika to think about it. In terms of undoing the curse, the end result is the same. I split them up since the approach is completely different. Whether we remove the source of the curse or remove the curse from the target, we don't have enough time or enough people to do both in tandem. So we should take the first path. So, elucidate Beyond's curse. Basically to, you know, what Bill was talking about. Talk to him and get him to talk about how to do this. It goes well with 5th Princess Longhe's contract fulfillment. The wording there makes it seem like as if Longhe is the prince, but she's the guard of the 5th prince. But we need to assume the worst prevented. To solve the second problem, assume the curse is directed at Prince Wobble and try to protect and exorcise her. I'd like to hire the HA to search for the prince. Alright. There's a lot to take in and process. I get it. No? I wonder what Kurapika's thinking as he's looking at her. I'd like to confirm once more. I know it's a fact that you don't know where she is, but don't you have a way to contact someone in case of an emergency? Oh? Does she? I feel like it seems like she does, but she still wants to keep it secret. Even after hearing all that. Because, I mean, it would be a big advantage to just not let anyone find her. But at the same time, what if someone does find her to curse her and we can't do anything about it? He doesn't overestimate his ability, so he doesn't prematurely equate the conclusion with the truth, even when he uncovers some facts. And he knows that the Queen's ignorance is the greatest weapon. That's why he kept quiet. Look at Bill having his observations skills so high. Our worst case is that Prince Wobble is on board and is the target of the curse. If we can find where she is, we can get the help of hunters back home. Could you tell me? Until I found out about the curse, the worst case was that they would find her after the new king was chosen, and she'd be killed along with the rest of her family. Prince Cacho proved that leaving the battle is a felony punishable by death. As Kurapika says, my admission could be a strategy to survive the succession battle, so there's no punishment. But the moment her ineligibility is proven, we will be criminals. Our hope was that Prince Halkenberg would survive and become king, but now I have to trust in the limitations of the succession battle and pray that she's not cursed. If the Hunter Association can protect us. There are lots of hunters with different standpoints. They can be of help, but I can't say that you should trust all of them. But I can say this with certainty. I promise, I have friends I can trust more than myself. I swear on my life. Kurapika! Oh, I love that for him. Especially since, you know, he's the type to not want to rely on his friends. Like, literally, we started the Dark Continent expedition was because he was isolating himself, not checking on them, not answering Leoria's calls, because he didn't want them to have anything to do with him, because he doesn't want to put them in danger, because he wants to bear the burden all by himself. But this time he's gonna trust them, like he did back in York New. Oh, that's getting to me. They will protect the prince. Oh, look at Oito's expression. The art there is so pretty. You can tell that by the way that Kurapika said it, that she believes it. Even Kurapika's eyes, they like look so full of life and, you know, hopeful conviction. Like, yo, the light on them is like almost unlike anything we've seen in the arc so far. Like, yeah. Oh my god! Oh, I look at you. Oh shit, no shot. Gone? And Killua with Aluka. What? Yo. Oh, I'm getting teary-eyed. Like, at least, yeah, it's been, you know, I wasn't even caught up with the manga last time we saw Gon. But even longer than that, we haven't seen Killua since the chairman election arc. Oh my lord, look at them in the new style. They look so good. wow, I've tried to put it in the back burner because like they have nothing to do with the arc. So like I try to like put them separate and be like there's so many things going on. Like I try to think like let's not say like oh I wish they were here or something like that, because the arc is already great even without them. But oh my god, oh, I missed them so much. Now I'm just hearing ending 3 in my head from the 2011 anime. Oh my god. Okay, what? Yo, is Kurapika gonna have both of them looking for Wobble in the outside world? Yo! Imagine we actually have like a whole chapter of them just looking for her and possibly finding her. I'd be I would be so happy. Like, it's crazy to think like, all right, we've been so isolated on this whale ship. It's like getting a gust of wind of fresh air. Like, all right, the outside world exists. Isn't that all just cocking on a metal whale? Oh my lord! Oh, this is so. Oh. A relative on my mother's side works at a post office in Yamato. Send a coded letter there without a return address. They'll intercept it and fill in the return address, and then send it to Kakin COD as unable to deliver due to unknown address. Since it was never delivered, there won't be a record of it. Using that loophole. Time left until the end of the Succession War? 49 days. Yo. I was like, I won't lie, like, I don't know. Halfway through the chapter, I was like, I wonder what the leaks could have been about. Like, this just seemed like a regular Succession War chapter. And then I just get hit with that explosion of wholesomeness at the end. And it's not just saying Killua and Gon, but it's because it's paired with that Kurapika moment that it just means so much more, It doesn't feel at all like Togashi is doing this just, to please the fans, but because it fits so well with what Kurapika needs in this moment, but also showing the growth that he's had because of the bond that he's created with Queen Oito. Like, I don't think he'd be so he'd be doing this if it wasn't for her. And I just that's beautiful. But yeah, man, there was so much yapping as usual. But I think I got pretty much all of it. And like I said, it's pretty early on in the arc, so I'm gonna try and look off camera for the chapter where Kurapika asks Bill early on if he's with Beyond, because yeah, I feel like it's on me for not remembering. But either way, it was a good build moment. But yeah, the beginning was interesting as well before we got to Kurapika's group. I am curious what's gonna happen with that. With, what were their names again? Chiyamashi and Yushohi. I think they were about to enter oh, 1009. That was Halkenberg's room. So I guess they're just gonna kill more soldiers. No more of his guards there. Also, I thought that Lucid's guard. Was he still in Lucid's quarters? But maybe he wasn't. Maybe he went on to... I don't know. It's a little tricky with how a lot of the hallways where the princes are just look so similar. But I think he's still in Lucid's place. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this here. If you have something to say that I didn't talk about, then leave it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.